Three really, really, really good books that if you haven't read all three, you should. This one right here is my favorite of all of them. Bringing Out the Best in People by Alan Boy McGinnis. It is very easy to read. Get it like 3 copies. Keep one in the bathroom, one by your bed, one where you read in the morning or whatever. Okay? You can get them on, obviously get all your stuff on Amazon used. And so I like used books because a lot of them are highlighted. It drives my wife nuts if somebody highlighted her books. But these books are really, really, really important. One of the best networking marketing trainers out there is a guy named Michael Klaus. He's got some incredible stuff. But I think he's the guy that we all give credit to for this one up here, is why do people do business with people? Go ahead and say it. Read it out there loud. Because they know you, like you, and trust you. If we're in the people business, which is what we're in at all times, regardless if you're a pastor, an insurance person, a coach, whatever, we are always in the people business. If you don't know how to deal with people, okay, it's not their fault that they're not getting in your business or you're closing deals. Whose fault is it? Mine. Say it loud. Go ahead, admit to it. It's mine. I hated when I had to admit that. Why are they not getting in? Well, Mike, you're mean. Well, yeah, but it's a good deal. You're going to be stupid not to join me. Not so good, right? I can't believe it. I've seen guys give guys grief about not joining and calling them stupid. I'm like, pretty good chance that guy will never join you now, genius. Okay? But if you read these books, what they will do is they will open your mind a little bit to how you communicate with people. More importantly, that Bringing Out the Best in People is amazing and it's easy to read, of how this guy goes and studies the psychology of people, how people do things they normally wouldn't do in different circumstances, okay? So these books help you to create the proper people skills that allow you to properly share everything else. Because if I have a tool that's awesome, that if I can get Mike to listen to it or watch it, I know he's going to see the benefits of it, right? But I don't know how to talk Mike into listening to it, or I don't know how to find out what Mike's wants, needs, desires are. This tool does me absolutely no good. Does that make sense? Does me absolutely no good, okay? So let's talk about that. Kind of elaborate on what's in some of these things. How do people make decisions? Because if you know how people make decisions, then you can cater your presentation around that. 10% of decisions are based on speaker credibility. Think about that. A lot of people think that if they put the best and the brightest and the sharpest in the room, that's what's going to make a difference. Worse yet, only 20% of the people make decisions based on logic. What do you think the biggest the biggest factor is? Ta-da! Good job. Emotional decisions. So if that's the case, I'll go backward. So if most people are making their decisions in anything they do in life based on emotion, we've got to figure out how to tap into that. Okay? Now, if you want to write these two things down, is a lot of times people, especially logical people or detailed people, you can kill people with boring presentations because it's all about information. Information. I've got probably about a 10-minute attention span if I'm concentrating on details. I'm not kidding. I mean, literally like 10 minutes max on details. But if the person is somehow engaging me emotionally with stories on how those logical things, those facts put together work, now he's got my attention and I learned the exact same information. Okay? Facts tell, stories sell. You've heard that a bunch of times. Facts versus benefits.
This is also a great way to judge this is for you as well, how you judge your systems and your tools based on what they're getting. Now, I understand you have to, at some point, you have to know how to write a policy so you don't go to jail. You have to know how to write one without forging, those type of things. So sometimes we have to suffer through the details. But we're talking about building teams and stuff here, so I'll stay on this track. But when you have a sales tool, like I've put some videos together that I spent hours and hours putting these PowerPoints and videos together, and I thought they were amazing, and I sent them to a friend of mine who was already in the business. He said, "That's amazing." And then we showed it to a whole bunch of people, and no one joined. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here? And I heard it on a CD about the guy talking about are your tools informative or are they persuasive? Are they emotionally tapping into somebody? And I went through, and on the left-hand side of the paper, I wrote facts, right-hand side, benefits. And every time a fact was brought up in my PowerPoint, I put a check mark. And every time a benefit or an emotion was triggered, I put one. Take a guess what it was dominant in. Facts. Our company's this old. Our business is this. We do this. We do this. You do this. You do this. You do this. You do this. No emotion whatsoever. So then we scrap that, rephrase the tools, put it together so we can get the same information across with more emotion, and take a guess what happened to the sign-up rates. Ta-da, right? You get it? Okay, duplication secret. All right, Mr. Howe, I think I'm going to be bringing you up here shortly.
My dad's here.
Oh, okay, I'm Don.
Thank you, Mr. Healy.
Yes, no problem. I forgot to open my water. Okay, duplication secret. Here's two things that kind of break down what you're doing. There's a thing called procurement, which is just a fancy word for how you get leads. And processing is what you do with them. Processing means systems. Okay, processing means what's my company's system that I run a prospect through, that I run a lead through, whatever it is. Okay? Here's something real important for yourself and for anybody you bring on board. How many people believe they are different than the person sitting next to them? Okay, everybody, obviously, right? Processing stays the same. Processing is your system. Processing is the franchise, how McDonald's is put together, made, and run. Procurement, or lead generation, is, write this down, individualistic in nature. Individualistic in nature. Okay? If it's a numbers game, and all our objective is we know that if we show 10 people the plan, that 2 of them or 1 of them are going to get in, there's our ratio, right? So if I showed 100 people the plan, how many should get in? 10 or so, right? Okay, so we know those numbers. How do we get people to increase their numbers? Through lead generation, right? Procurement, how you get leads. What I meant by individualistic in nature is important for you to know because everybody has different personalities, okay? Now, if Ralph here has been in every network marketing company under the sun, and he's talked to all of his friends and family at least 5 or 6 times on each deal, what is he a part of now? What club is he in? NFL, what? No friends left, right? He is now a full-blooded Heisman Trophy winner or the NFL, no friends left. So if I tell him, Ralph, this is amazing. I'm glad you joined our company. I want you to make a list of all your friends that you want to pitch this to. What happened to his enthusiasm? Went in the tank, right? But if I provided some different ideas to him that he may become comfortable with on generating leads, he's then going to do it based on what's good for him and when he finds his niche. Now, I didn't know it, but Ralph is an internet YouTube sensation. He's got a vlog out there where he's sending out videos all the time about how-tos that he's done. They're 2-minute blog videos that he does on the internet all the time. He's got over 25,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel and so on. Okay? Guess what that becomes for him? A lead generating source. It's something he's comfortable with. I get tons of leads from my target market, and I got to go back to that, for people that I'm looking for specifically because of my YouTube channel, my videos that I have put out there, okay? Let me go back to, before I go into that, let me go into what's your target market. This is something that I was taught a long time ago that really changed the way I looked at things, that you guys can probably do it. I know you can do it now, is what is your target market? Who is it you're looking for? If you want to save yourself a lot of time, if you want to build a football team, what do you recruit? Football players. If you want to build an insurance group, team of people, what should you maybe go after? Insurance agents, right? People that have had experiences and so on. They may not be in insurance now, but maybe they have been in insurance because at some point they saw the benefits of doing it. But maybe the community and the culture of the company they were involved with, they didn't like. Maybe they found some guys doing some bad deals on the side, or they didn't like the guy that was owning the thing and he was mean every time. Or maybe, back to the hierarchy of needs, he was never recognized. This guy was a top producer. In network marketing, we are guilty all the time of wondering why some of the best top $20,000, $50,000 a month money earners leave a company to go to a next one. That doesn't make any logical sense. This guy was already making almost, $500,000 a year. Why in the world would he quit to go over here? You know why? The company started not recognizing him. And that was not what his driving force was. It was over here because of recognition, because this new company made him feel like a hero again. Does that make sense? So you understand that those people have baggage. You just have to called Network Marketing Made Easy, the 5 easy steps to building a big network marketing business, building network marketing like a pro, something along those lines, right? And guess what it targets? It's a generic book on what? Network marketing. So when somebody buys my book, I then encourage them in the book to go get one of my free CDs, which is free. They get on my email list. They learn who I am, because what I'm trying to do is get them to what? Know me, like me, and trust me, and then they reach out to me. Every single week, I have people call me wanting to join my business because they've seen some information on the internet, they've read some stuff, they've heard some materials, okay? Here's the thing. Again, don't think that you've got to be some super polished expert. What's your Patrick? Okay? Patrick, you relate to people that other people don't relate to. So put some information on a CD that you could share with the world or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just think that they've got to be at this super mega expert status before they get anything done. You don't. You just got to start doing something. You got to get your name out there. You got to get, let people know. And I'm not talking try to be self-promoting the whole time, but add value to people. If you add value to people, they will want more of that. Okay? They want to be part of who you are and so on.